This is Nuts and Bolts. I'm Lon Schiffbauer. There's a quote from Mark Twain about goal setting that I'm particularly fond of. It goes like this: the secret to getting ahead is getting started. The secret of getting started is breaking your complex, overwhelming tasks into small, manageable tasks and then getting started on the first one. It's as simple as can be. And in fact, it can make some pretty big, daunting goals of ours very manageable and very doable. Well, my guest today really understands this. This is the methodology she follows as she goes about chasing her goals in the fashion industry. So let's get started. BreeKel, why don't you take a moment and tell us all about yourself?
So my name is BreeKel, and I'm really into fashion design. I fell in love with it ever since I was young. I love sewing. I've been sewing for quite some time, and then I just finished getting my associate's degree at Salt Lake Community College for fashion design and merchandising. Currently, right now, I am working on a business. The business is going to be called Black Spring. It's with me and my boyfriend. And it's just going to be, for now, we're just planning on doing streetwear designs, but in the future, we would love to do maybe more, I don't really want to say avant-garde because I don't know if we'll go that fancy, but maybe a little bit more couture and a little bit more fancy. So yeah, we're really excited for it.
You know, this is kind of funny because you're using all kinds of terms like street design, avant-garde, couture, as though, oh, yeah, I know about all that.
Yeah.
I think I have an understanding of street design, but why don't you take a moment and tell us a little bit about what street design is?
So streetwear is just like everyday wear that you would wear maybe going to work or going to a coffee shop or just something more comfortable that you would wear even going to the grocery store, but you still feel confident and you still feel good about yourself. So yeah. So nothing too crazy that like a pop star would wear, I guess. I mean they could wear if they wanted to. So
So you've been doing this a while, and I've been watching you in social media and so forth. I see you do a lot of photo shoots. I see you doing a lot of travel and so forth. What are your goals for this business that you're starting up?
so the goals for right now is to get it started. We're still working on some major details on it that we want to do. But yeah, for the most part, we do know what our niche is going to be, which is streetwear. We want it to be convenient and classy. So just something that's comfortable and is still just classy to wear.
Now, how do you set your goals? Do you and your boyfriend, do you sit down and write out your goals? Do you set, short term, long term? What is your goal setting and then execution process?
So for me, my goal setting, what I like to do is I like to write everything down because I can get overwhelmed with so many things and so many ideas. And for me, just so many things I want to go and do. And I like to write it down either A to B or one, two, three, four, five. I'm going to do this first, and it's going to help me with number two, the second step. And I just go from there. And that helps me. It helps kind of map out what I'm going to do and where I'm going to go and how I'm going to eliminate and finish that process.
That's really good. You know, you make me think of a quote by Mark Twain. And I can't remember the quote, but it basically says, hey, if you've got a big, scary thing to do, the best thing to do is to get started with the first part and then the second part and the third step and the fourth step, the small things. Because by mapping out the small things in an iterative way, as you are, A leads to B, leads to C, leads to D, you can achieve huge goals just by doing tiny, easy
Yeah.
things.
Well, it just helps organize me as well. If I'm not organized, then I'm just like, I get overwhelmed and then I'm like, okay, what do I do now? So I just have to be organized or I can't do anything.
I have in my garage, and I've had in my garage for 15 years, an MG midget that I really want to restore. But every time I look at it, it's just too big, too scary, too overwhelming. And I close the garage door, go inside and watch TV.
Yeah, exactly.
And I really need to do what you're doing, which is really just kind of break it out and organize it so it's not so overwhelming.
That's also kind of what I do with designing. That's what we were taught in school is just it's called mind mapping, and it's where, for an example, if I want to make a collection, I'm going to write down all the things that inspire me, and then I'm going to connect them. I have like a little journal actually. I'm going to show you guys an example if that's okay. Basically, I just wrote down different things that have inspired me, and then I'll circle them, and then I'll like see how it connects in some way. So my collection that I did graduating, getting my degree, I was very inspired by the Victorian style. So I'd write down things like Haunted Mansion, let's see here, anything to do with Victorian. So I'd circle it and then how it would connect it. And then later I would find pictures that would inspire me that would look like it. So, I mean, I have so many different mood boards and collages that I can show you, but we would just be here all day. So,
Well, that's really cool. Let's break this down. Mind mapping is an extremely powerful tool. And you are the first person I've interviewed who has really used that tool the way that it was intended to. So
yeah.
that's really awesome. And then the mood boards are really cool. I'm in the film program, in the film production program at Salt Lake Community College. And one of the things we put together when preparing a movie is basically a mood board. What's the sense we want to bring out? What's the aesthetic we want to portray in each scene? And so we'll literally copy and paste images and even scenes from other movies into the mood board to kind of set the tone for what we want to achieve. I did not know that's something you can do in fashion.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that after I learned that, I was just like, wow, I just feel so much more like I finally understood what my mind was thinking. I know that might sound like kind of dumb how I put it, but it was like I had all these ideas on what I wanted to do, but I didn't know how to edit them and how to really create them. But then after hearing about mind mapping, and then you just really write down, okay, what or who inspires me? Why do they inspire me? And then you really break down all the details on why that is. And that really helps you edit and create what kind of piece you want to do or what collection you want to do. And it is all cohesive with each other. So I don't know. It's really helps. It helps organize is all it really is. So
You found some tools that really work well for you in goal setting. Is there anything that you kind of wish you could do better? Some aspect of goal setting that you're still kind of struggling with?
it's hard to sometimes stay focused because we just have so many things going on in our lives. We have personal things, work, whatever it may be. So sometimes staying focused. And the other thing I was going to say is, for me, and I know other people can relate, is that we can get, if we don't, when we set these goals and we don't accomplish them, don't always be so hard on yourself because some goals take longer than what they expect to take. So be patient with yourself. For anyone wanting to get into fashion, or it really can just be any art or really anything, is to be patient with yourself and learn the basics first. Like if you want to be, I'm just going to use fashion because that's kind of what I'm used to. If you want to learn how to sew, just keep sewing. Sew like a bazillion pairs of pants, just keep sewing, keep going. And it's okay to fail. You're going to fail. That's how you are going to learn. And that's how you're going to succeed is by failing. So don't be hard on yourself and be patient and keep going. So I don't know. Sorry, that was kind of strong, but
No,
I
no, it is
feel like
not.
it's
And
so important to know.
I'm
So
going to put an exclamation mark on that. Everybody watching, everybody listening, pull up the transcript of what BreeKel just said, print it, and put it over your door
yeah,
because she's absolutely right. You
yeah.
got to put in the work to learn the skills that are going to allow you to one day put in the work to reach your goals. Absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much for joining me.
Yeah,
And
thank
thank
you.
you for sharing this with everybody.
Yeah, thank you so much. I really appreciate being here. It's been such a great opportunity, and I just really hope I can help those that want to know how to sew and wants to know just anything about fashion. Just send me a direct message and I'm so happy to help.
Perfect. We're going to put your information in the comments below, and we're going to take good care of you.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it so much.
Thanks. This is good. I really appreciate the way that BreeKel takes a great big goal around fashion design and breaks it down into very simple, manageable tasks. I also like the way that she mind maps these ideas so she can really let her creative juices overflow, yet not stifle her ability to methodically and systematically reach her goals. There's a lot we can learn from this. All right, I hope you enjoyed this show. If you did, tell your friends and family about it. They have their own goals as well. Help them along the way. And until we talk again, have a fantastic day.